questions.
Hey, Tyler, John OConnor, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. You have been a part of the last two games with Madison and Richmond, and they didn't go well for the Spiders. I'm wondering what the confidence level is based on in this game as opposed to the last couple.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're a completely different team compared to the last 2 years. The last 2 years clearly have not went our way, and that's just really just built up a lot of a lot of hardships for us that we've been able to overcome. We're prepared for this game. We're really excited. Like I just said, it hasn't gone our way in the past, but we're really excited because this is a brand new team, and we're looking forward to the opportunity coming this Saturday.
There are those who would view this as a prove-it game for the Spiders. In other words, the competition you've played so far has been somewhat unsuccessful on their front. And now is the chance for people to learn how good Richmond is. Do the Spiders view it that way as well?
Absolutely. I think I saw a bracket. I think it may have been by one of the websites that we were one of the very first teams out of the playoff spots. And so that just kind of showed me that we don't have the respect throughout the nation that I think we deserve. So I think we're going to prove it that this Saturday that we do belong.
Thank you.
Hey, Tyler, thanks a lot for doing this. Hey, when you see that Elon comes up with a positive case and you guys just played them, does the heart stop in the locker room for a little bit there?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we've had 2 tests since then, and everything's came back negative thus far. So that was kind of a sigh of relief. I know when we initially heard the news, it was a little bit of a scare, but since everybody's clean so far, we've pretty much gotten through that.
To come off the bye week, I know you were facing Elon again, so it was a team you were familiar with, but to come off an unplanned bye week and then kind of pick up right where you left off, I mean, what did that tell you guys about just kind of your ability to just go out there and perform right from the get-go and kind of, be in mid-season form, I guess, as much as you can be in a season like this one?
Yeah, adversity is nothing new to this team. That's for sure. So when something comes up like that, you just have to overcome and adapt the best way possible. The bye week was a little bit time for us just to sit back and, just to reevaluate our team and just see where we were at and improve where we needed to. And then once we got the time that came to play Elon again, we did whatever it took to get ready to prepare to play them. So.
Thank you.
Tyler, you would normally be playing JMU later in a season, and you'd have maybe a little bit better idea of what you guys have and your strengths and weaknesses. This is, game 4 when you've played one team twice and another team once in the first week. What's your sense of where this team is compared to where you might have been, as John said, the last 2 times you played JMU?
Yeah, I think we've came a long way. We know where our mistakes and some of our weaknesses are, and I think we've made great strides in those areas. So I think it takes a few games just to get used to the grind. I mean, the spring, nobody's played spring football in the FCS before that I understand. So, I mean, everything is just new. There's no playbook for situations like this. So we're really just going along as it goes and just being able to adapt in every situation the best way possible.
3 games for the defense, 17 points or fewer in each. Could you speak?
I think you went mute there for a second.
I
got the first half.
17 or fewer points in each of those 3 games for the Spiders. Could you speak to the defensive effort and what is happening on that side?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of the credit goes to the guys up front, but then a lot of credit goes to the people that are really not getting all the media attention. For example, I think the scout team works extremely hard during practice. These guys give us good looks every single day, and they make us better every single day throughout practice. And then I think the coaching staff deserves a lot of credit as well. Those guys work extremely hard. I mean, they'll be in the film room till 12 o'clock at night, making sure they have everything done, everything right for us to come in the morning and prepare to go win a game. So, like I said, the defensive holistically deserves a lot of credit, but I think it's a lot of people that don't get the attention deserves the credit as well.
Can you speak to the other 3 linebackers who are playing who don't get much of that credit and attention, to Phillip and Noah and Xavier, and what they mean in addition to the 2 of you, obviously?
For sure. I mean, they mean the world to me. I mean, there's a lot more that goes off camera that people don't see. I mean, it's the weight room, it's studying film. There's so much more to it that, like I said, there's not a lot of eyes on that really makes me a better person, makes me a better football player. So it takes the whole unit. And then that just really what, makes me who I am. That makes each and every person who they are. And that really gives us that brotherhood, And so without those guys, each and every single one of them is absolutely critical.
Hey, Tyler, outside of the final outcome, what do you hope to gain? What does the team hope to gain against an opponent like JMU as you get ready for a playoff push?
Yeah, I think we mentioned earlier that I think it's the opportunity to prove who we are and prove that we can play with anybody. But I think what we expect to gain, the final outcome, is the CAA championship. We expect nothing less, and that is our goal. And we have an opportunity to go out there and prove ourselves and earn it this weekend. So.
Anything else? All right, we got Savon Smith.
Hey, Savon, John OConnor from the Richmond Times-Dispatch here. As a Winchester guy, did you grow up thinking about playing for the Dukes?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just because most of the people who were in my high school went to James Madison, so I got a lot of friends there and in that scenario. But football is just always came to be the Spiders from the start, so I'm glad I'm here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, describe your touchdown run. I know it was obviously the first one. Can you it couldn't have been much easier for the first one, I don't think.
Yeah, for sure. I really wasn't expecting that. Like I was telling the guys before, the play was meant to go inside, and I just seen nobody was out there and took that opportunity and ran with it.
So when you see that the team you just played had a positive test, does the heart of the locker room stop for a couple minutes there?
I mean, it does a little bit, but not too much, just because what we do off the field really is sound and it's 100% all the time. We just take pride in being safe, COVID safe, in the locker room, on the field, wearing our mask, and in class and stuff like that. So we just know what we got to do, and we just take what comes to us.
And hey, I know you were playing the opponent for the second time in a row there, but coming off an unplanned bye week and being able to come back out and seeming to be clicking on all cylinders, what did that tell you about your guys' ability to be kind of in mid-season form as best you can be going into this game?
Yeah, I feel like we've been preparing for this since the start of COVID, man. We just always want to just adapt and win games. So being able to get the opportunity to play this spring, it just shows that our guys we just want to play. We just want to ball, man, have fun. Everybody here loves playing the game and trying to win.
Thank you.
Yep.
This is probably a really dumb question, but what does JMU do that your first two opponents in your three games, how in how many ways are they better than who you've played this year so far?
I mean, it's not that we really look at what JMU does. We just take in what we got to do for ourselves and hit the right keys. And we know they have 11 guys on defense, and we just look what works best with us. And we feel like if we just play our best football, then we're gonna go out there and come out with a dub.
Do you guys feel that you are respected nationally in regards to being a pretty good team?
More recently, a little bit, but we still got that sense that we can always be better. There's always room for improvement. And we always think that we're on the right track. And as long as we just keep playing, being ourselves, then I feel like we'll get the respect we deserve.
Can you talk a little bit about how and why the running game has been so good? The combination of you and Aaron and Joe and the offensive line. I don't mean to answer the question for you, but the how and why of the running game has been so good this year.
Yeah, first off, we just give it up to the Boss Hogs, man, up front, man. They put in work day and night, man. It's film and all that. I go to them for questions I got, and they're on it. They own their P's and Q's, man. So we just look to them, and they open the lanes for us, and we run with it. And with Joe, he adds a whole different element to our run game. It's either he's going to pass it or run it. So they have to be, the defenses that we play have to know what he's doing. And so it gives me and Dykes the opportunity to hit our holes.
Anything else for Savon?
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Coach, could you start with a Henley and Dykes update in terms of health?
Yeah, Dykes practiced today. He'll play. Leroy did not practice today. A little bit slower coming back. But again, we're hopeful he'll be ready to go, but Dykes is for sure.
Hey, if I could skip ahead, do you have interest in your team playing on that gap Saturday between
The only interest I got, John, I'm going to stop you right there, is Saturday. That's it. This Saturday. Nothing else but this Saturday.
So noted, Coach.
All right.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for doing this. I just wanted to ask about you guys really came out and seemed to be firing on all cylinders pretty well against Elon. What did that tell you about your guys' ability just to kind of, pick right up where you left off after that unplanned bye week and, kind of looking pretty solid going into this game against JMU?
Well, I think both those games against Elon, we started out really fast, and I think for the most part, we've come out ready to play early in games. We have to. So I'm proud of our offense. Obviously, against Elon, the first game, we got a turnover there that got them the ball right back. But we started out fairly fast, both those games. William Mary seems like it was about 4 years ago, so I can't even remember that one. But I do think we've gotten off to pretty good starts against Elon both times.
Yeah, and you talk about a program like JMU. You said it right there. You're only focused on Saturday, and I know you guys take every game the same. But you look at JMU, you feel a little more fire in the locker room for this one. Are the guys pretty hyped up with the chance to kind of, the measuring stick and make a statement?
I don't know. We've been taking a blue collar approach the whole year. They just come out day in, day out, week in, week out. They just want to play football on Saturday. With that being said, I think they understand it's James Madison, maybe a little bit more sense of urgency. But they're all important. I mean, when you're only playing 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, I mean, every game's important, whether it's no matter who it is. So, but James Madison, we hadn't played real well the last couple of years against them, and we need to play better than what we played those last 2 years because they got a really good football team.
Thank you, Russ.
Thanks,
Coach. Is there anything different that jumps out about this year's JMU team, or is it just another solid all-around program?
Just solid. I mean, just the teams. I think every year, the team speed at James Madison always jumps out at you, and it's no different this year. They've got tremendous team speed, and so no matter what year it is, I think that's what jumps off. So it's no different this year. They can run.
Do you feel like you, even with a limited, you've played 3 games but only 2 teams, do you still feel good about your own evaluation of your guys because you're getting JMU a little bit earlier in the season than you normally would?
Yeah, I feel good about our team. They're practicing hard. We've been playing pretty fast both sides of the ball and pretty physical on both sides of the ball in these first 3 games. We're probably going to have to play faster this week and probably more physical this week, against James Madison. But our guys are having fun playing. Looks like they're having fun practicing. They've stuck with us. It's been a hard spring, but they've kept their focus for the most part.
Hey, Russ, could you say a word or two about Wheeler's Day, 14 tackles against Elon last Saturday?
Yeah, he's such a good player. And, that whole group of linebackers are really good players and good kids. But Wheels has not only got a lot of ability, but he's got football smarts. He's got some savvy about him. He's got instincts about him, and he's just doing good. He did great for us last year, and he just picked up this year. And one of the most important pieces we got on our defense right now.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, Russ. Wanted to ask you about Kobe Turner a little bit. Just what's he meant to your program and you being around him? What have you noticed about him that's just making a solid impact on your program, both on the field, off the field, everything that kind of goes along with it?
Well, I think, he's actually become a more vocal leader since he started playing well, and but he's always been a guy that just has a relentless motor about him in practice and individual in games. It's just his motor never stops. And, I'd say 2 years ago, he had a great motor, but he fell down. It was on the ground a lot. Last year, he got better as the year went on, made more plays. And then this year he looks tremendous motor and staying on his feet and using his hands. And, and that comes with maturity and getting better at your craft. But I think what happens are people watch, and this is the third year in a row now, but people watch him and see how hard he's working, the effort that he gives. And it rubs off on the whole defense and even the whole football team. I mean, he's a unique individual in all the things that he does. I don't know how he has enough time in the day to do everything he does and be the type of student athlete he is. But, so those kids come around, once, every 20 years that you can get a guy like that, that is so focused on what he wants, not only football wise, but socially, academically, and what his future holds for him. He's got laser focus about him, and it's fun to watch him. It really is. I was in there watching practice, and the kid's really good.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.